Hold on just a second, Elmar. We're officially live, and actually, we're not live. We're recording, but we're recording the Tuesday night session. It's September the 17th, and tonight we're going to talk about creating professional emails and how to set it up in the Rain Loop system to be able to send and receive emails, and also some neat things you can do in Rain Loop. So I'm going to go ahead and show you how to do that tonight. But before I get good started, Elmar has a question. So go ahead, Elmar.
Yeah, regarding Rainloop, could you explain how to connect a Rainloop to Google Mail that you can receive and send via Google Mail?
There are some SMTP settings, and I'm not sure what the SMTP settings are. So I'll put a link in here of the settings that I have so that you guys can have them. I'll put that in a link in the chat, but I'm not positive those are the exact right settings since they may have made a change. For example, a port change or something like that. So I'm not guaranteeing that these are the exact right settings because these are from way back, gosh, a year ago. And we all know that Builderall changes quite a bit. But I will give you what I have, and then we'll go from there, okay? If you want to set Builderall email up, be able to receive it in Outlook or in Yahoo or on your email client on your phone, it's not hard to do. You just need the SMTP settings. SMTP stands for Simple Mail Transfer Protocol. That's what it stands for. And all that means is all the mail is still going through the Builderall servers. It's just that you are tricking the servers into thinking that they are on Google or on Yahoo or on your phone. You're going to set up your incoming server, your outgoing server, and that way you can use your email client that you want to use, but it's still using the Rainloop servers to be able to send and receive. Okay?
Actually, I think I can do that myself because it's not difficult. And I did that several times with similar programs. But I cannot find the area inside Rainloop where to get these settings.
Right, it's not going to be in Rainloop. You have to have the incoming server, the outgoing server, and then what port they use and whether they require a password or not. So all of that is the settings that you need to have, and you're not going to find them in Rainloop. Okay? So I'll give you every bit of that information that I have, and then you can take that to your client that you're going to use and then set it up on your client. So if you're using Google, then or Gmail, then you're going to set it up on Gmail. You're going to put the incoming server, the outgoing server, and the information that you need so that Google can connect to those servers and be able to send and receive in Google, but you're still actually going through the Rainloop servers to make it happen. Okay? Got it? Okay. All right, guys, so let's talk about email a little bit and what you can do with setting up your professional email. So what do I mean by professional email? What I mean is you've connected a domain to Builderall, and now you want to have an email associated with that domain. So, for example, I've got the domain builderalldiva.com, right? So I have a Shelly@builderalldiva.com. That's a professional email. I've got Tony, that's my husband, Tony@builderalldiva.com. I've got testing@builderalldiva.com. So those are all emails that I've set up as professional emails to be able to send from that email and receive from that email. Okay, so I can send out emails from Shelly@builderall.com, builderalldiva.com, and I can also receive emails to Shelly@builderalldiva.com. So it's a way for you to present yourself as a professional by using an email that's associated with your domain. So we have a very specific place that needs to be set up. So let me go ahead and jump in and I'll show you where that's done. I'm going to go to share and we'll go into my virtual office. And where the professional email is set up is actually inside your site list. And to get to that, I'm going to go to the Pixel Perfect Builder and enter. And that's going to give me all of my websites that I've got set up in the system. So I've got a lot, so I got to give it a second to load everything. I got a ton of them. Some actual sites and some test sites. And here's all my sites. So you can see there's lots and 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 lots of sites, right? That's not even half of them. All right, so I'm going to go all the way to the very top. And we're going to look specifically for Builderall Diva. So to do that, I just type in Diva. And it's going to pull up all of my websites that are associated with the word diva in them. So you can see this one is shellyturner.builderalldiva.com, travel.builderalldiva.com, all of my websites that have the word diva in them. And I'm going to go to the main domain, which is builderalldiva.com. That's where I need to set up these emails. And I'm going to go ahead and set it up on my main domain. But I want you to notice that I have a subdomain, join.builderalldiva.com. It's a subdomain off of my main domain. If I go to the emails there, when I hover over it, it has a not allowed symbol. That means I cannot set up an email that is like shelly@join.builderalldiva.com. I cannot set up an email on a subdomain. It has to be on the main domain, okay? So on the main domain, I'm going to go down here where the little email icon is, and I'm going to click that. And what that does is that opens the email area, and this is where I can add new emails. So I can actually go in here and add any email I want to onto builderalldiva.com. So let's go ahead and click add email. And I'm going to say Tuesday@builderalldiva.com. So that's our new email I'm creating, is Tuesday@builderalldiva.com. So I need to set up a password. So I'm going to set it up to be a secret. And then a secret again. And it's going to tell me how strong the password is. This is 100 out of 100. It has to be at least 70. To get at least 70, you should have a capital letter, a lowercase letter, and a number. If you want it higher than 70, you can choose a symbol as well. But it's only a very few number of symbols that you can use. So just if it doesn't accept your password, it's because you're using a symbol that it doesn't like. Okay? So I've got my password in. I re-put my password in, and now I'm going to click add. And adding that, it actually added it successfully. And that takes me back to right here where I've got all of my emails listed. So there's my Tuesday@builderalldiva.com. And on this page, on this area, I can click this padlock. And if I click the padlock, I can actually change the password. Okay, so if you need to change your password, you can. And then also, if I don't want this email anymore, I can click the red X and I can just delete that email. And also, all of the emails that are there go away as well. Okay, so if I wanted to delete it, all I do is click that red X. Now, if I want to access this email to be able to send emails and receive emails, I'm going to click this area right here that says Access Webmail. So I'm going to go ahead and click that. And Rain Loop pops up. And it actually automatically logs me in because I'm logged in as Shelly@builderalldiva.com.
Shelly, 1 second. You've been interrupted. You lost the internet connection and then it reconnected. So the last minute you have been teaching is not visible on the recorded video.
Okay, so I'll just do it again. Let me go ahead and close Rain Loop. And all I did was click right here where it says Access Webmail. And when I click that, that takes me into Rain Loop. And it actually, for me, is automatically logging me in because I'm already logged into Shelly@builderalldiva.com. If it was you, you wouldn't be logged in yet. So you'd have a little pop-up screen and you'd put your email address in and the password that you just created, and that will log you in. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to just add this email to my main email. My main email for Builderall Diva is Shelly@builderalldiva.com. And I don't want to log into 10 different Rain Loop accounts to get all of my emails. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over here to this little profile, and I'm going to click the down arrow, and I'm going to choose Add Account. So when I click that, I can actually add the email that I just created. So I'm going to type in Tuesday@builderalldiva.com. And then I'm going to put in my password, a secret, and then I'm going to click add. And what that does is it allows me to add this to the list of emails that I'm looking at in Rain Loop. So right now I'm looking at Shelly@builderalldiva, and you can see I've got emails from there. But if I want to go to Tuesday@builderalldiva.com, I just click on that, and it opens Rain Loop for that email. If I want to look at any of my other Builderall Diva emails, like Tony, I can click that one, and it shows me the emails for that account. So that way you can look at more than one email without having to continually log in, log out, log in, log out, log in, log out. Okay? Everybody got that so far? I want to make sure. I'm going to look at your eyeballs. Any questions about that so far? No? Okay, fabulous. All right, let me share my screen again. There's a couple more things you can do in here. I'm going to go into my Tuesday. And so this is empty. There's nothing in here right now. And of course, I've got the regular inbox. This is the sent box. So if you send an email, it's going to dump it in there so you can look at it later. If you don't end up sending an email and you close it out, it will drop it into the draft area. There is a spam folder, but I'm not sure exactly how spammy you got to be to get into that folder because I've never had anything put into that spam folder. The only thing I can think of is that if you identify something as spam, then it will send it in there, but everything else ends up in the inbox. You've also got trash. So if you identify something as trash, it'll dump it in there first, and then you can empty your trash. And then if you want to archive a specific email to save it for later, you can actually archive it. So you've got a few options up here. One of them is contacts. So you can click this button and you can actually start entering contacts into your account, and it will keep track of them for you, so you can choose to send the email to them. So you can actually, let's see, you can add a contact here. So I'm going to click that button, and the first name is going to be Shelly, last name Turner, and I'm going to add an email address, and it's going to be skydivingdiva@yahoo.com. And then I'm going to click create. And now I've actually got that in there. So let me see if it's showing yet. Probably on the third one. There I am right there, Shelly Turner. So that's actually added into my contacts area. So I can keep contacts in here and actually use them when I'm creating emails. So it's just a little bitty, real easy to use contact or address book. You can also import a CSV file, a virtual card. You can do that here. And then you can also add an email, a phone number, or a URL for each individual. So if I had a URL for Shelly, I might click that and type in http Shelly, no, builderalldiva.com, and then update. And so now I've got Shelly's URL in there as well. So it actually allows you to keep really, really basic information, basic contact list inside your Rain Loop. Okay. The next thing is these buttons right here. I've got the reload, and this is really handy if you're looking at emails and you know you're supposed to receive an email, somebody's sending you one and you need to get it. You can click reload, and that will reload and go out and look for new email. The next one is move to. So if you click on an email, you can click move to and move it to trash or move it to a new folder. We'll talk about folders in a few minutes. We've got archives. You can click on an email just one time, and then you can archive it or save it for later. You can mark something as spam. So in that email address, if you get another email from that person, if you've marked it as spam, it will send it straight to the spam folder. And then if you want to delete a message, you can highlight that email and then click delete, and it will delete that message. The next one is more, and under more, you can mark something as read, mark something as unread. You can flag it, unflag it. You can mark all of your items as that you check marked as read. You can forward as an attachment. You can delete permanently, or you can clear your folder. Okay. Clear your folder is the handy one to use when you're in trash or in spam. So all of those are really similar to any other email client that you're going to use. You've also got this little icon or this little box right here. If you click it, then every single thing on the page that's listed will be checkmarked. And then once everything is checkmarked, you can do any one of these actions and it will do it for everything that's checkmarked. So be careful with that. That's a powerful tool, especially if you're deleting. If you check everything and then click the trash can, it's all going into the trash. Okay. So over on this side, we've got 3 buttons down here at the bottom. This one is the sizer, so you can actually resize that side panel right there, and then you can pop it out again if you want to. You can make that smaller. The next one is folders. If I click the folder icon, I can create a new folder. So we're going to call this Shelly, and then it asks what you want the parent folder to be. So do you want this folder to go in under archives, drafts, sent, spam, or trash? I'm just going to keep it as blank, and then I'm going to click create. And you can see that I have a new folder here named Shelly. And now if I want to organize my emails, I can just click on an email and drag it into that folder. And so everything that's associated with Shelly, I can click and drag those emails in there, and I can keep them organized. Okay, everybody got that? Okay, good. All right, the next one is settings. So I'm going to click on this little gear button. And when I do, I can create a folder here. I can work with system folders, and I can work with these areas right here like archive, drafts, I can rename it. Archive, I can rename. Sent, I can rename. This Shelly folder, I can trash it, or I can take a look at it. I can show or hide it. And spam, I can rename, and trash, I can rename. So any of those, you have the ability to manage the name of them, and then any folders that you create. You can't delete any of these other standard system folders, but any folders you create, you can actually delete them, or you can show hide them. Okay.
Shelly, that would be also a way for people with different languages to rename their
Yes.
folders, right?
Yes,
But
absolutely.
it will be still the same folder.
Yep, that's absolutely correct. So if you work in Portuguese, unfortunately, I only know the dirty words in Portuguese, so I don't know the word for archive or drafts or sent or anything like that. And I'm not sure Eric will teach me those, because he's just, definitely determined to teach me all the dirty words. But I can get somebody else to rename my folders in Portuguese for archive, draft, sent, spam, and trash. Okay. So the system folders, here is the system folders. This allows you to do pretty much the same thing, organize your folders in a specific way. So sent is going to go into the sent category. Drafts is going to go into drafts. Spam is going to go into spam. Trash is going to go to trash. And archive is going to go into archive. So this just kind of helps you to identify, if you want to identify a different folder for the sent items to go into, you can, but I would keep it the default folder. The only one that's going to let you choose is one that you make. Okay. So we've talked about the folders. Now let's talk about the other areas that we have inside of this gear area, because if you notice, these are a little bit different. So if I click general, then I've got some general settings that I can work on. So here's my email for this particular item. I can choose language. I can choose layout. So there's several different layouts that I can choose. This is a vertical split. I can also choose a horizontal split or no split. So I can choose exactly how I want my screen to look. The default editor, it's in HTML automatically, but you can do plain text. You can do HTML forced or plain forced, which means that when the person receives this email, it will do the HTML unless they specifically have set it to not show HTML, or it will do plain even if they specifically set it to not show plain. The messages on page are 100. I can choose up to 100. So that's kind of cool because you can manage how many messages you want on your page. Then you can say always display external images. So if somebody sends you an email that has a picture in it, by default, it's not going to load the picture. You have to click a button to load external images. But if you want them to always show, you can actually check mark this and they'll show. They'll automatically load. Now, the danger behind this is sometimes when things load automatically in email clients, there might be viruses, malware, or something else attached to it that's dangerous. So my suggestion is definitely to not allow this to display external images. And it's very easy to click to display the images if it's from a person that you trust. Use threads. That's to allow you to save emails in threads, so you can kind of watch everything that's happening with a specific email. You can replace, you can place replies in the folder of the message that it's being replied to. And then notifications, you can show a new message notification pop up. So every time you get a new message, it will pop up for you. And you can choose to make it make a sound. So those are just general settings. And then on contacts, it says automatically add recipients to your address book. So every time you get a new person to email you, it will put them in your address book. If you click that, it unchecks it, so it doesn't happen. Click it again, and it checks it. And then accounts, you can see.
Shelly, sorry to interrupt you. When I'm about to write an email in Google Mail, and I just start typing in the first 3-4 letters, then I get a number of contacts I have. Is that the same here once the contacts are saved?
I can't remember for sure because I use so many email clients, so we'll test that in a minute, okay? All right, so accounts, you guys see that I've got several accounts in here. If I wanted to get rid of them, I could click the trash button. If I want to move them in a different order, I can move them in a different order on my list. So right there, I click that one to put Shelly last. And there's Shelly last. And I don't want Shelly last, I want Shelly first. I'm going to put Shelly first. And now I've moved back up to first. So you can see you can check several different emails in one rain loop screen instead of having to log in, log out, log in, log out, log in, log out. Then you can have identities. I've not used identities, but you can actually create the, let's see, Shelly at builderalldiva.com, Shelly Turner, and insert the signature before quoted text replies. So we'll say Shelly Turner, skydiving. It is only gravity. And add. All right, so there I've got identities. So I've got the Tuesday at builderalldiva.com. I've got the Shelly Turner, which is Shelly Turner at builderalldiva.com. We can see if we can add that signature into an email in just a few minutes. So we've got accounts, we've got identities. The next one is security. And this says auto log out after 2 hours. You can change that to whatever you want to. If you never want to log out, fine. If you want to log out after 5 minutes, fine. I have mine set to 2 hours so that if I go away, I close the window and go away, I'm logged out and I have to log back in. Password, this is where you can change the password if you want to for the current account that's showing. And then folders, it shows you all the folders that you have. And themes, here's the different themes that you have available. And let's just choose this one. And you see that that kind of changes all the way around the screen. That one kind of changes all around. So you can actually add a little bit of color and design to your email client, okay? So that's that. So those are all the items that you can do in that bottom area that's in the settings, that little gear at the bottom left. So I'm gonna go ahead and click back. And that takes me back to my main menu that I can use. And remember, at this bottom left, that little gear button is how we get to all those settings. If I click it again, there's all my settings again, and then I click back and I go all the way back, okay? Over here, we have the indicator on what account we're actually working in right now. So we're in Tuesday at builderalldiva.com. If I click the down button, I can choose to go into a different account. I can add account. I can go to settings, which is the same thing as going to this settings button down here. I can click help. I can look at the mobile version. So there's the mobile version. So if you're on mobile and you're accessing, you can go to mobile version to get a better view of what's going on with your rain loop. And then I'm going to go back to desktop version. Fantastic. And then I can log out if I want to. So those are all the settings inside there. So let's go ahead and create a brand new email. So I'm going to click inbox, and now I'm going to click this green button that says new message. And from here, I can actually start typing in who I want to send it to. So I'm going to type in skydivingdiva@yahoo.com. And it does not, remember we put skydiving diva in there, so it doesn't automatically pull it up. Well, it does. It just takes a minute. So there it is right there. Let's see how fast it'll do it. So sky. There it is. I typed 3 letters and it's pulled it up. So it just takes it a second. This is not lickety split, yakety schmackety, but it does pull it up because it's in my contact area. And then for subject, howdy. And then down here, this little paper icon is what allows me to start typing in the body. If I want to make an attachment, I can click the little paper clip, and that takes me to the attachment area. And then right here, I can attach any files that I want to send. Over here, I have the CC. So if I want to CC somebody, I can click that, and it will add a CC area. That's carbon copy. The people will see who you carbon copied it to. Okay, it's not a mystery who got it. So I may be sending it to Shelly Turner, but I may want to carbon copy Elmar. When I get a copy, I can see that Elmar got a copy too. Okay, if I don't want anybody to see who else I sent it to, then I click BCC. That's a blind carbon copy. So I may send it to Shelly, but then I may send a copy to King George. And when I send it to King George in blind carbon copy, Shelly doesn't know that King George got a copy. Okay, that's what blind carbon copy is, right? And then the next one is reply to. So you may want to put in there who you want to send this to as a reply to. And then this button right here, you can request a read receipt so that when the person receives it, once they read it, it will send you a note back that they read it. That's actually really important if it's an important email that you need to know that they saw. You can also check mark a delivery receipt, which means it was delivered to their inbox. And then you can also mark it as important. So when the person gets it, it's got like a little exclamation point on it to tell them, hey, this is really important. Okay. So now let's talk about filling everything out. So I'm going to say, hey, hope you are having a great day. There we go. So we've got everything filled out. I'm not going to do the CC, BCC, or reply to, but I've got everything that I need in there. So once I get it all filled out the way I want to, I can click save. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. Click save. And when I do, it looks like nothing happened. Like nothing happened. But if I close that bad boy, it'll say, are you sure you want to close? Yes. And now if I go into drafts, it's actually in the draft area. And I can come back and click on it. And there it is right there. And if I want to edit and get ready to send it, I just click this little green edit button and it's reopened and I can continue editing. Once I'm finished, I can actually click send. And now it should actually get into the sent folder. So if I click sent, it has officially sent to the recipient, which would be skydivingdiva@yahoo.com. Okay, so that is like everything that that is in RainLoop, right? Let me see if I can do that signature. So I'm going to go here, and I'm going to go here, and there's my identity, right? So this is Shelly at builderalldiva.com. I'm going to click that, and I want you to notice that it put the signature down at the bottom. So we do have the ability to have an identity, and it puts the signature in there for us. So that's one way that you can get the signature on all of your emails that go out using RainLoop. Okay, and then
Is there a possibility? Excuse me. Is there a possibility to add a logo to the signature as well? Company.
I don't know, what we can check. So let's go to settings, and then to let's see, was it contacts? No. General? No. Accounts? Yes. So right here is the identity that we set up. If I click on it, we can add HTML. So I'm assuming with HTML we can embed a picture. Let me click in here and see if we can actually add a picture.
Shelly, can you also put a phone number and a domain under there, see how it's going to look like?
HTTP.
And is that your, you didn't put your email, is there, or in the signature, correct?
Well, it'll hopefully the email will be in your sent from.
Right, but just anyway.
You can add any text you want to after that. There is a picture. There is a picture icon right here, but I'm not sure. There we go. I clicked on HTML. When I clicked on the HTML, it allows me to add an image. So I'm going to click on that, and I can upload a picture. So I'm going to choose a file, and we'll just do that one because I'm an ambassador. And Shazam, I have a picture in there. Let me see if I can edit the picture at all. Yep, so I can change the width of it. So let's change it to 200. And okay, that makes it a little bit smaller. So now I've got my ambassador logo, and I've got my name, my little tagline, my phone number, and my website. And I'll click update. And now I can go back to new message, and I'm going to click where it says from. I'm going to click that one and choose that identity, and now it puts in my signature that I put in. Okay, so we can do an image and then text as well. All right, guys.
That is very professional. It's cool.
It is very professional. Yeah, Rainloop is actually really, really good.
I had this question once in one of the boot camps, Shelly, in Mailing Boss. We cannot do this signature in Mailing Boss, can we?
Yeah, you sure can. You can actually create a signature in Mailing Boss. It's the custom. I can't think straight right now, but it is possible in Mailing Boss to do signatures.
Yeah, just like this with the name, phone number, email, a picture, etc.
But you can't do a picture.
No?
You can't do a picture. It can only be text, but you can set up to do a signature, a text signature, and it's custom tags. So you go into custom tags, and that will allow you to create a text-based signature. Right. I think I did it on one of the boot camps, but I can't remember which one.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but it's under custom tags.
Since I got the mic, can I ask a few more questions?
Yeah, go ahead.
How many megabytes can I have per email or per account or per domain? Is that for each?
There is a limit, and I'm going to share my screen like that. And we'll go back over here, and right here is the limit. So for Shelly Turner at builderalldiva.com, my quota is 500 megabytes total. Now, individual emails, I'm not exactly sure what the limit is on file sizes to be able to receive, but typically the file sizes you can't send really big file sizes. And quite honestly, there's a lot of email providers that if you're sending to them, they're going to block you if your file's too big anyway. So they can't send into Rainloop, that's too big. And then I'm not sure what the limit is for sending out of Rainloop, what it is.
So even though you had like 5 emails there, you got 500 megabytes per each email and not per domain, correct?
No, it's 500 megabytes per email account.
Per email account. Okay, great. Got that one. Thank you. The second question is, I'm sorry.
And when you want more, you can take contact with support. They can give you more if you need.
Will they? I haven't tested that yet. Will they give you more?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yes, normally you can ask and they will look.
Yeah, great. Good to know. The other question is that if I set up the SMTP on the Outlook, can I access, if I access Outlook email, does a copy of the email remain on Rainloop? And that's
it depends on the settings. Yeah, it depends on the settings that you set up for Outlook, because Outlook will allow you to check mark remove from server. So there's settings on Outlook you can do that says pull these emails in and then remove them from the server.
And then if I'm away from my computer and I try to access in Rainloop, and then I come back to my office and I'm trying to get it on Outlook, I don't know. Do you get my point? I like to access it both ways.
Yeah. Here's the thing that happens, and this is, you have to be really organized in the way you set up your email, because what happens is if you're getting it on Outlook, then if you don't check mark remove from server, then you've got a copy on RainLoop and you've got a copy on Outlook, and it is just massive amounts of emails. And why do I tell you this? Because y'all, I have right now, let me take a look. Hold on. I have 154,984 emails. And this is after about 6 months ago, I had a VA go through and delete all my spam and stuff that I didn't need. So I'm telling you this because if you have double duty, you're going to have to go through the RainLoop stuff and delete, delete, delete. And then you have to go through Outlook and delete, delete, delete. So it's much better to actually have it just ported into Outlook and managed completely from Outlook. And if you do that, then what happens is you just access Outlook. You can access Outlook through your desktop, your mobile, a tablet, everything. So whatever email client you decide to use that consistently all the way across the board. Okay.
So,
But Shelley,
right.
I mean, we can be really happy that we have emails, because imagine you would have got 150,000 letters to your letterbox.
And we get that too. We got a random piece of mail, snail mail, just yesterday, and it was a envelope that was handwritten. Right, it was handwritten. It was addressed to my husband. He opened it up, and honest God, I can't remember what it was about, but I was looking at it going, how on earth did they even get our address? How did they know to send that to you? But it was junk mail. It was like spam in our snail mail, and we just tore it in half and threw it away. But you know, it's the same idea, but at least you can click delete, 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 delete. That's way easier than tearing it in half and throwing it in the trash and killing about 1,000 trees. But you do have to make sure you're thinking carefully when you set up your email. And if you're porting it over to Outlook, I would definitely set it up so that once it's pulled over to Outlook, it deletes it off the server. That way you don't have to think about RainLoop again. You don't have to go in and worry about the 500 megabyte quota, because that'll fill up quick if you're getting a lot of emails. It deletes them as they go, so you're not going to meet your quota and have to delete emails to be able to receive emails again. Okay?
Right. Last question. If I set up a email for one of the VAs, specifically for them, because that's their correspondence, can I have access to that email, or can I go and delete it later, or once I give them the email, I don't have access to it anymore?
Well, it's your email, so you'll have access to it as long as you want.
Oh, I have access because I set it up, so they just have access to RainLoop to access it, correct?
Or you can set it up so that they can SMTP it into their own email client. You just give them the SMTP settings, and they can receive it in Outlook or Yahoo or whatever email client they're going to use. It's completely up to you. Or you can only set it up so they can access it through RainLoop, so that you can see it as well. Yeah, it's up to you. When I first started Team Awesome, my team was not huge like it is now. Right now, my team I've got over 500 in my team. So I don't have the ability to do this anymore. But when I first started, I gave everybody a Team Awesome email. I don't do that anymore.
No, this is for just for the VAs, not for everybody on the team.
Yeah,
no.
don't do it for everybody. It's too much work. But you can do it for your VAs and then have them access their RainLoop. And the way to set it up to do that, I'm going to show you real quick. I'm going to share, and I'll go over here, open a new window. And for like Builderall Diva, I go to webmail.builderalldiva.com and enter. And it's logging me automatically into Shelley because I'm already signed in. But if I wasn't signed in, I'd put in my Builderall Diva email and my password for the email that I was checking, and it would log me into that email. Okay? So if you want to give your VAs access, you make them an email under your domain, and then they can check it by going to webmail.yourdomain, and you give them their email and their password for just their email, and they'll be able to get in and check it.
And they won't be able to click on the right where you showed us and you switch between all the accounts, right? They only have access to theirs, correct?
They only have access to theirs. That's right. You have to go into RainLoop and manually add them, and they don't know the emails and passwords of the other emails, so they wouldn't be able to add them.
Great. Good
Okay.
deal. Thank you.
All right. Any other questions about Rain Loop? All right, you guys. Sorry, Sharon, go ahead. Sharon did a
Yeah.
little flag
was-
wave.
I'm sorry to ask this question because you guys seem so more advanced than me. If you're not in RainLoop, like, are there notifications without signing into RainLoop that you have? Right? Okay.
No, you have to go into your email client to be able to check your email. That means receive email, and then also you have to use that client to send email. There's no other way to do it unless you use those SMTP settings, and that's a little advanced, kind of hard to explain, but it's in effect using like Gmail to connect to RainLoop and bring your emails in, and then when you send emails, it actually is sending from Gmail, but it hits the RainLoop server and looks like it's sending from RainLoop.
Gotcha.
And Sherry, sorry.
Was that everything, Sharon? Did I answer that okay? Okay, good. Go ahead, Elmar.
So without, I don't want to bother you, but can we ask support for these SMTP settings?
Yeah, I'm gonna get you the link right now so you can see if it works. But if it doesn't work or you have any trouble, just contact support because it may be some different settings. But I will get the link for you right now. In fact, I'm going to show you where it's at. So I'm going to share, and then I'm going to go over here to a new window, and I'm going to go to Builderall, and these are all of my Builderall important links. And somewhere in here, I have an email folder. Let me see if I can find it. So there's Mailing Boss. If I go to Mailing Boss, there's my SMTP link. So I'm going to click that, and nope, it's not there anymore, so I can't get it for you. That was the settings, but apparently they've changed it, and I don't have it anymore. So you'll have to contact them and see if they can get you the SMTP. I'm going to type that in. So SMTP, and that's Simple Mail Transfer Protocol. You need the SMTP settings to be able to use a different email client to get your email. Okay?
Sherry, I think that might be a question a lot of people would have. Could you maybe ask the support to somewhere in RainLoop or wherever give that information that everyone can have it instantly and not has to ask the support for that?
We can, but honestly, to tell you very honestly, most people don't even know what SMTP is. So if they just put it out there, it would just be letters. Most people don't know what that is, so they don't know that they even have the possibility of getting their email through Outlook or through Gmail. So they just wouldn't know. I can see why support didn't put it out there, because SMTP is very confusing if you don't even know what it is. And it involves having specific server addresses and using specific ports and knowing whether it's a POP3 or an IMAP. All of that is very confusing for people if they're new and have never dealt with SMTP. So in my opinion, it does need to stay with support so they can help people that are new. They can ask the question and then support can help them. Does that make sense?
And then is it a POP3 or IMAP? Which one is it? The settings?
I think I popped mine in using POP3.
POP3.
But I can't remember for sure. It's been a long time since I've done it, so I can't remember if I did it through POP3 or IMAP. But either way, they give you the POP3 POP3/IMAP information and the ports and exactly the exact servers that you need to use, all that good stuff. So they give you the incoming and the outgoing server. So they have everything you need to be able to port your email over to a different email client. You just have to contact them to get it.
And this information I would get is an information which is valid for everybody. So if I gave it to my team members, it would work for them as well. So it's not a specific information for my personal account, right?
Yeah, it's very generic. Anybody can use it because all you need is the server information and the whether it's POP3 or IMAP, what the ports are. And then you have your email and the password to be able to get to your specific email client or email servers. Okay, Jean-Pierre actually put a link in there, and I just went to that, and it does not work. It's actually giving me the same thing that the other one did. So I think they've just changed it. So you guys, if you want to port it over, just contact support.
It's working by me.
Oh, is it?
Yes, yes. I was checking first.
Can you show your screen? Because it's not working for me.
Okay, moment.
Apparently, you're way more special than I am.
In Brazil. Now I must first. See?
Oh, yeah, no. See, that was exactly what I was getting, and that doesn't give me the SMTP stuff. Yeah, I don't see the SMTP information. Yeah, I don't know where they have it.
What about?
Oh,
There was email hosting, wasn't it?
no, that's the web servers.
I have had also the link for the SMT, but this don't work also.
Yeah.
Not for me.
Yeah, I think they've changed it. Tim says he found it. So Tim, where did you find it at? By searching Builderall English
What
Facebook.
email hosting? Email hosting. Try this one.
That may be the one.
Yeah, this one.
There it is. Yay! Let's see if that was it. That's it. So grab that link and drop it in chat for me.
Is it a chatbot? Okay, I can give you this directly.
Fabulous. So it gives you the IMAP port or the POP3 port. You have to use your username and password, and then it gives you the outgoing server and the incoming server, and
so I must look that I can here get in the dashboard.
And that's all of the information that you need to be able to set up the email client to get it from another email client. Fabulous. Oh my gosh, I'm going to copy that myself now that it's changed and add it to my sheet to make sure everything is updated. So yay. Okay, so those are the SMTP settings that you need. It is IMAP or POP3, depending on what port you use. Okay. All right, you guys, any other questions that you have about RainLoop and setting up your email? When you go to Mailing Boss and it tells you that you need to set up a professional email, this is what you're doing. Exactly what we did today. That is a professional email. You need to set up your email and then go through and get a verified email. What that means is you're in Mailing Boss. You put in the email that you just created. It will send you an email to that new email address, and you have a confirmation or a verification link. You click on that verification link, and it will verify that professional email inside of Mailing Boss, so you can use it as a send from email for your email sequences. Okay? And
in Mailing Boss, I cannot use a Gmail address. Can I?
I don't think you can. I've actually not tried, so I'm not sure. I don't know if it will allow you to. That is one of the things that I have on my list to test, but I've not made it through to test that yet. So Elmar, maybe you can test that theory for me and let me know. All right. Any other questions, you guys? All right, so that's all we're gonna do for today. I only kept it to an hour, so I get like a really big gold star sticker right here because I'm really proud of myself. But but I'm super glad I got to see you guys tonight, and hopefully you got some good information. RainLoop is fantastic, you guys. It really is a good email client. You got a lot of features that are kind of tucked away and hidden a little bit. But once you know they're there, you can actually use them. So you can create wonderful folders to organize your messages. You can create a signature that includes a picture. You can collect different emails in the same RainLoop box, so you don't have to keep logging out, logging back in. So lots of neat things that we showed you how to do today. So hopefully that'll make you fall in love with RainLoop. But if you need to get your email through Outlook or Yahoo or another email client, then all you need to do is go to those SMTP settings and use those to set those up in your other email client, so you can start sending and receiving from that other email client. If you need help with that, definitely contact support. There's about 50 million email clients out there, so just be patient with them, because each one you add the SMTP settings just a little bit differently in a different place. So just be patient as they help you with it, because if you're doing Google, it's different than Yahoo and it's different than Hotmail. Okay, so just be patient with them as they try to help you out and figure out how to get your SMTP settings set up. All right, I'm going to go ahead and let you go, but y'all have a absolutely fabulous evening. And don't forget to build something amazing with Builderall. And I'll see you guys later.
Bye, Sally. Thanks.
Bye, guys.
Thanks. Night. Take care.
Good night.